Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Big D Energy. Here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. 12-year-old child Darren McCarty here in the building as well. He's got all his toys, although mad respect for the Greg the Hammer Valentine figure.
Oh, yeah. I got the Hammer, got the Steiners, got Janetti and
Michigan's
Shawn Michaels. Absolutely. We got Snook on the top rope, big boss, man. Shout out to my boy Bobby Banks, Death Match Wrestling. One of the number one fans out there. He had no more use for him, and DMac did, and now he's sharing with you guys.
So here we are, and we got Sam Flannel, we got Spencer Raxter. The squad is back. We are intact. Jump into that WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Be like Detroit Dabber 313. First in this morning says, good morning. What's up, everybody? Happy to have you all along for the ride. Got some stuff to get to today. It is a big day today, DMac, and we promised this during the course of the summer. Obviously, we'll get into Lions stuff, and the Red Wings have done a nice job of elevating the hockey talk and the relevance and all that kind of stuff. But DMac, today, we've teased this in the past. I know Spencer's fired up for it. We're going to have our first annual, our 2023 fruit draft. We're drafting our favorite fruits. 5 rounds.
And the people in the chat
you will have a team.
Included.
You guys will have a team, as a matter of fact. So it is going to be our first annual fruit draft. The draft order has been released. Weirdly enough, Spencer Raxter, who created the draft order, picks first overall. Neal picking second, DMac third, Sam Flannel fourth, and you, the good Big D Energy people, will be picking fifth. It is a snake draft, so you have the fifth and the sixth pick. So there it is.
Yeah, very politically motivated. I'm not upset because Spenny did that really good. If you're in charge of it, you should go first if you so desire, or wherever you want to go. He went with you second, obviously, because you are the captain of the boat and driving the ship, and as it should be, and absolutely Sam Flannel should. I was even like, you sure the people shouldn't go before Flannel? We'll get back.
A little out of line, but that's okay.
Maybe we should do a chat thread on it, because I think that he's maybe deserved that. But third pick, I'm pretty confident I'm going to get the fruit I want.
And that's what it is. It's whatever you want it to be, however you value fruit, as you try to build your fruit team. Spenmo, there are reports out there swirling. There have been trade talks.
There's been trade talks.
I can confirm.
Really?
I can confirm there have been trade talks behind the scenes.
Is there a Connor Bedard and a Victor Wembanyama in the fruit draft? Is that what you're telling me? That because I can go either way. I mean, I may go off the board into my European scouts. I might go to my Swedish guy, Easy, because that's one thing that Easy is food. So I need the fruit. But I might. He's thrown a couple my way. I might go off the board. So, but is that what you guys, if you're talking about the trades, or are we just like trading Sam out?
It's just reports. All there is reports at this time. We don't have
in talks.
In talks. That's all that there is right now. That's all that we can confirm. I will give a Mel Kiper recap of the fruit draft.
Okay.
Maybe as that goes on. It's coming up in the second hour, so everybody kind of prepare your mind. Study up, go buy your fruit draft magazines, whatever that is.
Get your big boards in.
Get your big boards in. Mock drafts. There's time for somebody to take a mock draft as well. Jack Harrington says, banana is my pick. 9 drinks. Sam is a sour lemon. Lots of love for watermelon. Rad Dad Scott. This is the DMac franchise. Rad Dad Scott. Cherry Pop-Tarts are my favorite fruit.
Oh, yeah. Does that count?
It does not.
It does not.
Oh, not.
Yeah.
Out of this
They are
draft.
not
That's in the supplemental draft,
Yeah,
right?
they are not draft eligible.
The supplemental fruit draft, right? The after? Okay. I like it, though.
Yeah.
I like, Terry Foster, Uncle Terry, who graced us with his presence before the show.
Yes. Good to see Uncle Terry.
Came in and actually brought up the apricot and the pear because he doesn't like them. He doesn't like the taste or whatever. But the apricot, that's a slow moving second tier Sniper out of wherever the apricots come from.
Yeah,
That's a scorer.
lots of love for your wrestling action figures. Super Juggernaut 87. Love the Steiner brothers. How about this from Doug Durkee? How about some Can-Am connection?
I see it, exactly. We have to get. These are just the ones that I got.
No
so
Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda in that.
Absolutely.
You need to get that one. Now hold on here, but we're going to do the fruit draft coming up in the second hour. Rich Diana says mango.
Ooh.
Mango's a good pick.
Mango's
That's
a good
sleeper.
pick.
Good value wherever you get them.
Wherever you get mango.
Yeah.
That is one of those.
Absolutely.
Tammy Chin says pineapple. Pineapple getting a lot of love. Super Juggernaut 87, chocolate bananas, not draft eligible.
Not draft eligible.
Supplemental.
But however, if that's what you want to pick with the goal of creating chocolate
Yeah,
bananas,
you go with banana basis. Yeah.
then
And everything comes off
banana's
of that.
very valuable to
You
you.
go flambe if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want.
Bananas Foster.
Yes.
Banana bread.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
Man, there is a lot
I'm a
of
big banana bread guy.
Well,
low.
it's got a lot of range.
No.
If
And what
you're
you're
a
getting with
banana
banana, if you take bananas, there's a lot of versatility. There's a secondary market to
look
it.
off the top. You got excited.
Big. It's big in the dessert world as well, and a lot of versatility. And that's what the scouts really love about bananas. The bananas Foster, the bananas bread, banana pudding. All of it is all available to you here with this fruit draft. So
Wow.
there'll be a lot of that as well.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's just something we're doing in the summer on a Wednesday. We're one of the very few days of the year where the big four, I guess, professional sports team are not in action. However, Detroit City FC at home tonight. They're taking on Loudoun United. Come on down to Keyworth. You guys know what that is. It'll be on TV 20, ESPN as well. I'll be on the call for that.
Let's take us. It is Wednesday. We
Yes.
usually talk a little bit of. Let's take this time. Where are we at with the ECFC? Little update.
Couple of heartbreakers on the road. Last 5 matches, I want to say. I don't have it right in front of me. Lots of road matches as of late, but they are turning the corner towards the second half of the season. 10 of the last 16 at home.
Oh, so we're not even in the second half of the season yet.
Correct. Yep.
Lot of games left.
Lot of matches left at Keyworth too. Through all this, through all the kind of the rough patch, they're still right there, just below the playoff line. Things can change really quickly. So, it's one of those things where get a couple of wins. You know how soccer works, man. You get a couple of wins, then all of a sudden, boom, you're back in the mix. They do have 4 matches in the next 13 days.
And they play well at home, and they learned how to score at home. So there you go. You got that going.
You got that going for you, absolutely. So come on out to Keyworth tonight. If you can't, like we said, TV 20, ESPN Plus, however you want to watch that as well. I have to address this, DMac, because I'm seeing this in the chat thread, and I saw Sam look up right away. It's almost like he knows. It's almost like he knows where we're going with this. Because I like that our audience reports back on the morning show.
Yeah,
They do.
There's accountability.
There is accountability.
You're allowed to say and do and whatever you said, but you have to know that there's consequences, positive and negative, for whatever you do or say, no matter what in life. That Sam Flannel on the morning show, we appreciate it because we like to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk
Because he's
about
part of our
this.
family too.
He is.
Whether we like it or not, every family's got the black sheep.
And this family here has shown that tough love. There's a time for tough love.
Kick the dog. Maybe pet the dog every now and then.
There you go. Sam Flannel, is this true? And if so, please defend yourself. Jack Harrington. Sam was Bo Jackson hating on the show this morning. Can you confirm?
I can absolutely confirm that. 100%. And here's my reasoning.
Give me the numbers. Go ahead.
I will give you the numbers on
Okay.
Bo Jackson, because people act like he is the greatest athlete in the history of all time. And albeit, I get it, it was impressive that he was able to be an all-star in one sport and a Pro Bowl in another. He was never
hold on. He's like, they paint him out to be the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah.
And hey, I get it. Like, he wasn't a Major League Baseball all-star and a Pro Bowler in football. Continue.
Fair enough. But in his baseball career, his all-star season, he had a .310 on-base percentage. His lifetime on-base percentage was .309. And in football, he rushed for a career 2,792 rushing yards, which would not even put him top 250 of all time. You know who is number 250 of all time? Giovanni Bernard. You know who else is up there?
How many games did Giovanni Bernard play?
I understand.
Dumbass. And the question here is, you ever see him live?
Oh, because he ran over Brian Boswell.
Did you ever see Bo Jackson live?
No, I didn't. I was young.
No, you didn't. So don't give me that. He is the greatest athlete.
Oh, my God.
Neil, is he not, to what he did? He's not about stats. It's about goddamn. What do we sit here? Too bad there wasn't duration, Sam. Too bad that he broke down because you have no idea what this is. That's a worse freaking take than your Ben Wallace take.
I would agree with that.
That's the utmost worst. Because you're gonna go stats. Did you tell me what the? Give me the stats then. Rushing, how many rushing attempts to Bo Jackson get those yardage? How many games did he play to Giovanni Bernard? If you're gonna bring up fucking stats, you idiot.
I'm not saying he's better than Giovanni Bernard. Oh my God.
No,
I'm
I
not
didn't say
saying
that. You said at 250, and then you said Giovanni Bernard. God damn it, you made it sound like this. Like, wow,
Guys.
wow, Neal.
Yeah.
Like this one's worse than Ben Wallace.
I would
right?
agree.
Be a Hall
Go
of
ahead.
Famer in one sport, why don't you? Because I do agree that Bo Jackson, he should have stuck to football. He was a much better running back than he was outfielder.
This fucking guy.
Okay, but here's the thing: he had no longevity, and he did have a career-ending hip injury. I get that. That's sad, and it's a sports tragedy. But that led him to not having any longevity. Maybe
But did he need it?
He wasn't a Hall of
For
Famer in
you.
any professional sport.
Right.
No,
Okay.
and
there's
I
a
am with
reason
them.
why.
I am with them on that. Like,
so okay, but
that's
you
part
can't.
of it.
But you
But
can't. Flannel. You didn't see.
there's nuance to this, man.
It's like, you know what it is? Listen, what Shohei Ohtani is doing, right, on both sides, right, is something that nobody's seen because they weren't alive with Babe Ruth or if they haven't done it. And that's in one sport. To do, like, Deion's the closest, but not in the physicality, because why did Deion work? Because he's smart, and he did everything that you said to make sure that he wasn't physical. But to say to say Bo Jackson wasn't the end-all be-all of an athlete, you're saying why he's not. We can agree. You can say he didn't have the stats. That's why he's not in the Hall of Fame, because he broke down. But he was never not going to be that.
Yeah, and here's the deal, DMac. Like, because there is nuance to this one, Flannel. To this day, and you brought up Ohtani, and I'm kind of glad you did. If Ohtani tomorrow blew out his elbow, God forbid, right? If he blew out his elbow and he never played Major League Baseball again, is he a Hall of Famer? Probably not. Probably not. But he is still the greatest baseball player to ever play the game of baseball.
I agree with that, by the way.
To ever play.
I agree.
Ever, ever, ever. Bo Jackson is the greatest athlete in the history of American sports. To do what he did, and Flannel, look, it fits your narrative, so you can compare him to numbers wise and everything like that. But make no mistake, Flannel, the trajectory he was on, with where he was, the greatest athlete in the history of American sport. That's real, dude.
I mean, if you combine everything, he obviously had an elite prime. I will give you that. I will say this. I would say an elite prime at football. I would say his baseball career was a little bit overvalued, but that's why I think he should have stuck to football. Because on a per game basis, he was an elite running back. I'm not denying that, and his career was cut short. But the reality is, you can't live off of hypotheticals. His prime, he was like a comet, like a shooting star.
Yes, and it's unfortunate. Obviously, it's very, very sad the way it ended. But this is one of those unique times where DMac is right here, because if you didn't see it, Flannel,
and I'll give you that, because you did not see it live, because he's the spectacle, and anybody who's our age or whatever, to see in both sports, and you know, when you want to break it down analytically to what you were, he was a better football player than a baseball player, and maybe it was the push for transfer, but he still was a great baseball. Was he a good baseball player?
Dude, he had, what did he have? 120 home runs in 4 years, like whatever that number was. And look, his baseball career was over. It was in effect over when he was 27.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, it would have continued. And think about the time that he missed, because of football and baseball and everything like that. And look, again, just going back to it, Flannel, you will never see that again. Like people say never. I'm telling you will never see a Pro Bowler and a Major League Baseball All-Star ever again.
No, and that is 100% fair. But can you at least agree that it's a little bit of a knock in terms of saying he's the greatest athlete of all time? He never made the Hall of Fame in either sport, and he had no longevity. Wasn't his fault. I said it was a sports tragedy.
But see, like the way you phrase
athlete, it's like you for career. You when you say that, you're saying for his whole career. But how about at the time when he played? Just for the short time that he played,
yeah,
was he dominant in what he played? Yeah, absolutely. So does that make him? So the argument, I guess, you have to be more specific of what the question is, Neal.
And Brett M says, "No way, Neon Dion." And guys, look, I'm a Deion Sanders simp. That is my guy. He's the second greatest athlete that American sports has ever seen.
He's the smartest athlete.
Yes,
No.
He created a marketplace for himself.
Everything that Sam,
Yeah.
marketing, all that different stuff, but never got himself like injured. And I know his feet are messed up and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that you hear all the stories. He's not gonna go out there and smash mouth in the football, like, right? He's gonna try to pick it off or get you in the sideline. You're not worried about Deion Sanders running you over. And then to play baseball the same, like, he was smart to what Sam was arguing.
Brian says Flannel should be suspended without pay for that comment. Bo Jackson, because of the freak
Thank God
athlete
he
he
doesn't
was.
get paid, guys.
Hey,
When he
that
got
far.
tackled, he was so strong to break that tackle.
I'm kidding.
No. All right.
Lots of bozo talk, as you might imagine, in there as well. Hey, nothing bozo about Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. Try the classic breakfast items: the strawberry hotcakes, the red velvet waffle. Perhaps you're not a breakfast person. That's cool. I'm not either. I am a strawberry bacon chicken wrap person, though. Why? Because it slaps, and strawberries in it, so it fits the bill for Strawberry Fest. Also, the refreshing summer splash salad, if you want to go that route as well. Don't forget dessert, including the berry delicious, the classic, the OG of the Strawberry Fest. Strawberry pie. Duh. Like, obviously. You're more designer, like DMac, deep fried vanilla Oreos. They have that as well. Strawberry hot fudge cake. All that and more. Get to Strawberry Fest at your local Big Boy today.
Hey.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Off and running here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, DMac, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. And we've kind of stumbled onto something here. Sam Flannel, a Bo Jackson hater, has no respect for him. Says he's not a Hall of Famer. Basically accused him of being Giovanni Bernard on the football
That's
field.
erroneous. That's erroneous.
It's kind of true.
He has less career rushing yards, though, than Giovanni Bernard.
Well, yeah, because he played for like 4 years.
Yeah, but it's also he should have stuck to football or else he wouldn't have been able to play 9 to 11 games a season. He was a great running back in a per-game basis, I will admit that.
Yeah, and he hit 30 home runs a year for 3 years plus.
While
in
having
Major
a
League Baseball.
310 on-base percentage in his
Well,
All-Star season.
Then he just came around at the wrong time then. Because if he were here now, he'd be worshipped.
310 on-base percentage is mid in any era. Even you would admit that, Neal.
Did you see, and also, too, do yourself a favor, too. Take a look at Bo Jackson in the outfield.
Yeah, when he caught the ball and ran up the
No,
the
I'm
fence.
not even talking about that.
All right.
Look at some of his throws he made.
Oh, he had one of the best arms in MLB history. I'll acknowledge
Man,
that.
that's a lot of tools we're stumbling on
Yeah, a
here.
lot of tools. It didn't lead to as many results in either sport as you would have expected.
Because his hip snapped in half.
Because he didn't play.
His hip snapped in half, Flannel.
I know, and it was a
See,
tragedy.
here's the thing: greatest athlete ever seen. Absolutely. But he's not like when you think of Tom Brady, he's the greatest winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or quarter, this stuff. But the athlete out of all the sports and stuff like that.
Like if you were going to have a draft, like we're having our fruit draft coming up in the second hour. By the way, subscribe to the Big D Energy Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Leave it what kind of review, Spenny?
5-star.
5-star review when you're done with that. But also do the morning Woodward show as well, and the heavyweights 5 to 7. Get 5-star them all. Why not? Except for Flannel. Just say, hey, the show's a 5-star. Flannel's a 1-star.
Hey, Rake brings up a good point. Does Flannel really know what an athlete is? Like
Right,
the term of an athlete?
the point I was getting to. Thanks for bringing me back to that. The point I was getting to. If we had an all-sport draft where you could take anybody from any time, and we were I don't care if it was lawn darts, archery, which Bo Jackson is world-class in archery now as well, Flannel. He is. You can laugh at that,
No,
but it's true.
I've seen the documentary. Bo knows.
How about
yes.
Hey, Dave Schultz brings up a great point.
Yes,
and he's put
he
it
did.
here 8 times, so I gotta read it. It was about Tecmo Bowl, which we
Yeah.
played back in the day. Permanent God mode was Bo Jackson. No other, think about in video games. No other player gets that sort of God mode motif.
It was like when you ran with Mike Vick back in the Madden days. Like there was nothing you
It was
could
Jeremy Roenick in 90,
94? Yeah.
94 NHL, left, right, deke score.
Yeah, so it is. If he didn't get injured, he would have been a Hall of Famer in both sports. You hit 30 home runs a year. 30 home runs a year.
He would have been an NFL Hall of Famer, not an MLB Hall of Famer.
Yes, he would have been.
No way.
Yes, he would have
No
been.
chance.
What he does defensively, 30 home runs a year, 100 RBIs.
But do we forget if he's healthy, he's stealing how many bases is he stealing a year?
His
Right?
career high is 27.
So that's unhealthy.
So he probably would have clipped 30 year few times.
30. Hey,
Come on.
You got it.
5 to 10 30-30s. That don't get you
Yeah.
legitimately, Neil, on the low end. 5 30-30s.
That's a big leap for somebody who didn't do it once in their entire career. I'm looking at the stats right now. He was close.
Are we irrelevantly talking if he's healthy? The reason he didn't, Flannel, is because he wasn't healthy his freaking most of his career.
Yeah, I'm just. No, Neil, even you have to
Yes.
admit, the Baseball Hall of Fame, the MLB Hall of Fame is a tough one to get into. It's not the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Right, but his game was so rounded. So rounded.
So he would have got like the mystique,
Sure.
kind of like Ozzie Smith
And-
doing backflips.
Yeah, and if Ozzie, and that was going to be my go-to. If Ozzie Smith is in, then everybody should be in.
I agree with that. He should not be a Hall of
in.
Famer.
He was not the player Alan Trammell was.
Agreed.
Was not
Or
nowhere
Lou
near the
Whitaker.
player.
Even though that's.
He was not the shortstop Alan Trammell. I'll take that to my
No,
grave. I'll draw the sword for that. I'll walk into the middle of downtown St. Louis, right outside of Busch Stadium, with a sign that says that. Alan Trammell was better than Ozzie Smith. Changed my mind. And I'll draw the sword on that one, man. You want to talk about marketing creations? That was a marketing creation. But yeah, so we're just chopping it up, and that's the way that it works in the summer and things like that. There is a hockey question, and I know we really covered it yesterday, and I did want to say this because I want to ask you this, but I want to take a segment to talk about it. Let me interject one that's not on the sheet here, and it is kind of hockey related. Then I want to ask you about the Larkin DeBrincat dynamic in the next segment, DMac. But I brought up the fact, I said, hey, today, middle of July, it's kind of that dead zone nationally in sports. Props to the Red Wings, and props to Steve Yzerman for this. Here's where I know, like, we can debate playoff readiness and where we think this puts the Red Wings and all that kind of stuff. We can debate all that, but make no mistake, and judged off the passions, NHL Draft Night, I did a little impromptu video that we put out on all the Woodward Sports socials. And it got, pushed 20,000 views on the NHL Draft. DMac, make no mistake, hockey's back in Detroit. You can talk about the playoffs and DeBrincat, whether you are for him, looking forward to it, disagree, if Yzerman's taking too long. However, whatever you think, make no mistake, DMac, props to the Red Wings because hockey is back in the conscience of the city of Detroit. That's not debatable.
Hey, Hockey Town. Yeah, waking it up, but giving a reason to. right? It's the journey. I've been preaching this for the past 3-4 years. Let the guys cook. We've been trying to give the narrative of why Stevie hasn't been able to, because he had to get the books right. And now you see him and his, the organization from the top with a solid plan and going out. And the caveat, we're doing the fruit drop the second hour. The cherry on top is getting your 40-goal guy.
Ooh, is that a little foreshadowing, DMac? I'm paying attention to what people are saying in the media about the fruit draft.
The cherry.
Lots of love for the line, by the way, from the people.
Cherry, the cherry on top's DeBrincat. And what else too is why, what he brings, not just a 40-goal guy, and even like you look at back when we added a Marion Hossa back in 2009, because he's the last 40-goal guy, which lets you know. And we'll talk in the next segment about why, but everybody, this was the move, right, where everybody was waiting. See, because here's the one thing, growing up here, always being a Red Wing fan, the Red Wing fans are fickle, but they're knowledgeable. Don't lie to them and show them effort and whatever's there and the purpose. And now everybody was just sort of waiting. It was almost like wait for the rain to stop outside. Stevie's okay. Stevie's the meteorologist that says all clear. Everybody's coming out because in the hashtag why is the plan they trust, but they see it in front of their eyes because it's not just hearsay or have faith or whatever. Look what he's added. And DeBrincat's a cherry. Yes, cherry on top.
And DMac.
He is.
Are you paying attention to this? Are you gathering intel right now?
I'm pretty worried too.
I just got an update as well. Discussions ongoing in the fruit draft. There is perhaps a deal being reached as we speak. We'll keep you posted here. The fruit draft coming up in the second hour. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Matt Giles says, let me know, Neal. I'll meet you down there. I live 20 minutes from a Busch Stadium. I will. I will go down there and do that. Brandon Katz, the Red Wings are good enough to be a 7 or 8 seed. Also, too, the people in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Tammy Chin, who is our resident. That's our hockey-nista. That's the leader of the hockey clan, I guess you could say, for Woodward Sports. And Tammy says hockey never left Detroit. It was just sleeping. And there's a lot of comments along those lines. Chuck says hockey was never dead. It was just in a long nap. It never left for a lot of us. John Effing Lord says dragon fruit with a question mark. It's a little...
That's a little...
Thanks, Sound Kayak.
Yeah.
Nobody else around here would tell me that the cord looked like that, and I didn't even see that. So there we go. Thank you very much. IFB is fixed.
Yeah, but so that's what it is, DMac. Just props to Steve Yzerman, props to the Red Wings just for bringing it back to the forefront. But here's why, and you got the best of, to quote Van Halen, you got the best of both worlds here. Because DMac, what did you get?
Right here on Earth.
You got the transaction. That's the key.
And now
that's what's been missing.
action.
That's what's been missing in Detroit sports for all this time.
The transaction.
The transaction. I'm gonna do the Brooklyn Brawler and pat myself on the back a little bit right here. Because I nailed that one, DMac. We were desperate for a transaction.
Just another one to nail. Yeah, but it's the right transaction. When we come back from break, I'll tell you why. Because how does DeBrincat fit in?
And that's where we're going.
On the first line.
Danny G says bananas are only good for cramps.
Relax.
Hoof-hearted says Honeydew needs to be relegated to the beer league.
Relax.
You're a Honeydew guy?
I love Honeydew, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Honeydew, I'm team cantaloupe. I'm team cantaloupe.
I like cantaloupe over honeydew for sure.
We all do.
Yeah, but honeydew's good.
I can't kill you on that because you totally redeemed yourself. It's not like you saying, where are you on the Bo Jackson thing?
Oh, I love Bo Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a great. I don't think he's the best athlete in American sport. I think he's all around probably him, but I mean, the more dominant athlete, I'd look at like Serena Williams, Michael Phelps, Joey Chestnut, like no, but like
buried the lead.
Pure athlete, like, and you need anybody to do anything. Yeah, it's Bo Jackson.
Okay, then we're in lockstep on that. Just like if you need insurance, we're in lockstep on one thing.
Yes, 100%, and that is Swiss Insurance, of course, because Swiss Insurance is the best insurance that you can possibly get. And if you are looking If you are, now that summer's here, it is important to make sure you are properly covered, whether it's a grad party or just a group of people over to enjoy the lake or pool. Your liability exposure increases significantly in summertime. Let the Swiss Insurance Group review your coverage and make sure you are protected from an unexpected loss. Check us out at swissins.com or call Mark today at 248-800-4177. Again, that is 248-800-4177, Swiss Insurance.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
How would you like to race Darren McCarty on a mower? Yes. Join Woodward Sports Network live this Thursday, which is tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., as we broadcast live for Christmas in July at Outdoor Equipment Company. Great pricing on everything in stock: mowers, tractors, handhelds, and even snowplows. 0% financing and free delivery. It's Christmas in July at Outdoor Equipment Company in Ray, Michigan.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Squad deep up in here. Happy to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread as well. Jump in there. I do my best to get to all of them. I know there's been, I don't know where that came from. People are on it or whatever, talking about reading comments and stuff like that. I get to as many as I can. I can't just sit here and read comments. I mean, I could, I guess. We get enough of them. I could just sit here and read comments and then go home at 1. But, you know, I do want to entertain you to some degree. No, man, I feel it's important to read people's comments. You guys take the time out of the day to watch a show, and a lot of you are diehards, man. You're here every day.
Wait.
What's up?
Flannel, what do you mean you're not a Phil Collins guy?
No, just Matt Broder said, I think he was talking about my beat drop, and he said, are you playing Phil Collins? And I said, no, I'm not really a Phil Collins guy. Just not a fan. Not going to legend kill him. He's just not my cup of tea.
No, you just legend kill Bo Jackson?
Yeah.
And Bob Seger?
Bob Seger's better than Phil Collins.
I thought he was going to say Bob Seger's better than Bo Jackson. That would have been so flattering.
How could you not be a Phil Collins guy, dude? Phil Collins is awesome.
I mean, I'm just not.
I mean,
a
you
fan.
could say you're more of a Genesis guy than a Phil Collins
That's
solo
fair.
guy. But
I like
Phil
Peter
Collins-
Gabriel's Genesis a little better.
You like Peter Gabriel's Genesis better than Phil Collins?
Yes. And
I'm
Peter
gonna hit you
Gabriel's
with
solo
the
career.
sledgehammer,
That's a
bro.
good song, by the way.
Brenna says, "Oh my God, Sam is the worst." I don't, and there's a lot of clown emojis and bozo emojis going on out there, but
Meat riding emojis. No? Oh.
yeah. But anyway,
Anyways.
DMac. Okay, I do want to put this one to bed because we are getting to that time where we're going to go deep into football. That's coming up very, very soon. Training camp's what, week and a half away? Something like that, and some crazy number. But DMac, we've talked about DeBrincat and what he brings and how will the Red Wings react and what are the line combinations. I think what's getting lost in the sauce with all this, and look, I've driven a hard bargain about Dylan Larkin, and that's fair and that's accurate. And Steve Yzerman drove a hard bargain with Dylan Larkin, and that's fair and that's accurate. I'll tell you this, DMac. Maybe what I'm more intrigued by, just being real with you right now, just cutting the shit and just being real with you right now. I feel like I have a base of knowledge knowing what I get with Alex DeBrincat. I'm curious to see, will Alex DeBrincat, is he good enough to unlock Dylan Larkin? I don't want to say unlock like he's been a bust or anything like that. No, he's been pretty much a point-a-game guy last season. I'm fine with that. That's all I asked for. I branded him. If he's your second center, you're a Stanley Cup contender, period, end of story. But with all this, DMac, Can DeBrincat take Larkin to another level, I guess, is my question.
And you know what? I'm not even just going to answer that. The question here is, right, is Alex DeBrincat just a 40-goal guy, or does he make players around him better? Right? That's the question. Now, if we look at Alex DeBrincat and you find the back
and DMac, hold on real quick.
Yep.
Let me cut you off on this real quick. Because he's just being compensated as a 40-goal guy right now. The value with him, if he unlocks people, that's different.
And here's the value also, is listening to Steve Yzerman talk about him, right? Here's the biggest thing, right? The check mark of anything. How long has DeBrincat been in the league?
5 years.
5 years, right? Is that more than enough time to say at a guy his size or whatever, can he compete in this game or not? You've checked that.
Yeah, that's a no.
Right, so forget the size.
That's a no.
Right, he's learned, he knows how to play this game. He's fast enough. He puts the puck in the net. But he's more than that, right? What I think his greatest contribution to, does he make players better around him? And yes, he's got to fall into the system, and they have to be a good, in their own end defensive line. It can't just be offensive stuff, but really what it opens up is the power play. No matter where he is or whatever, opens up and makes everybody else better, right? And you can't put him in the Brendan Shanahan, Brett Hall-ish category yet because it hasn't produced, but you can sort of pencil him in to that. And did Brett Hall, Brendan Shanahan, being on the right side of the power play make everybody else better in a talent when our team? Absolutely. So it's like no matter where he's used. I think that, and here's the little thing. When you get to Larkin, the fact is that these guys hang out, right, all summer.
Yeah.
Like even in the past, they golf together. So just a little bit behind the curtain of what the summertime looks like for an NHL player in 2023, right? They'll get up in the morning, 7:30, whatever, go first thing, go eat, go to the rink, go work out, get, probably not skating right now, but putting 2 hours in the gym and stuff like this, having lunch, and then hitting the golf course. All of them doing it together. Now, a lot of it isn't just Red Wings guys, it's NHL guys, whoever's in the area. So guys talk and they build relationships and stuff like this. Now, why does that matter? It's the same thing as if we're talking football and we hear Jared Goff throwing passes to Amon-Ra St. Brown in the, in the summertime, before camp, away from things, right? So they're working on that. What do you develop? You develop that camaraderie and stuff, and that's what's being built there. So I look to Alex DeBrincat to not only add, and to Steve Yzerman to add it more. And when he does, and if he finishes it off and these guys are winners, Neal, then he gets paid accordingly.
Rad Dad Scott, DeBrincat's such an underrated playmaker. Too. Mike G says, Erie Otter fans. I was a simp. They had a hell of a run, dude. They had Connor McDavid and Alex DeBrincat at one time.
And that's the play. So he
think about that.
What does that make you think when Alex DeBrincat played? In automatic, some people think, oh well, Alex DeBrincat's only good. And that was a knock, right? Was he only coming out of the draft because he played with Connor McDavid?
I know, but then the next year he was by himself and had like 1,000 points.
But that's what I'm saying. So there's also that other level of certain guys that can play with the highest level guys, these meteors, right, like a Connor McDavid, which tells you whoever mentioned that about playmaker, absolutely. This guy's not just a goal scorer, right? He looks to make plays. What's Dylan Larkin's career high goals? 32 or
something like that.
Something like that could open him up a little bit more. I don't think it's at all he's going to revert from a point a game guy. I think he's going to get better to a 1.2 or something like this, And if he does, and that's what DeBrincat brings, it's also he's bringing Raymond along for the ride. That's the bigger one. I'm not worried about Dylan Larkin. Can Alex DeBrincat get Lucas Raymond up to the 25 goal, 30 goal mark?
And that's, I think, as the season gets closer, that's a discussion. That's my secondary discussion that I want to have, because again, going back to it, I know what DeBrincat is.
So what are top lines, right? Top line. This top line. How many goals does your top line have to put up compared to the rest of the top lines in the league? Is it 100 goals? Is it 90 goals?
90.
90 goals, right?
30 a guy, however that comes. If it's 40 for DeBrincat, 25.
So 90. So that's more of, to me, And we were only speculating that it's going to be DeBrincat, Larkin, and Raymond.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure, Derek Lalonde. But the fact is that early on, especially training camp or whatever, you're going to play with different guys and figure it out. Neal, back in the day, what made our team so great, we called it the bingo machine. Scotty'd have the bingo machine, right? Where in practice, we always used to practice different lines than we would in the game. Because in the game, when he'd get mad, if he'd be good, and he'd take a guy off the grind line, guy off the rush from 5, and somebody else, put him on the ice, and they'd go out and score.
And score a goal. Yeah, I do remember that.
And he'd sit there chomping his ice like the genius he was.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rich Diana says, Phil Collins won a Grammy for Take Me Home. Great tune. I thought that... I never really was big on Take Me Home. I thought that was kind of his Yellow Submarine, you know, like it got a lot of acclaim and everything. I was just like, whatever. I understand people like that. There's a little more to it than Yellow Submarine, which is just a fabrication, but whatever. That's a different discussion for a different day. Dog Pound says, I believe DeBrincat can, Neal. And here's the deal, DMac. Like I talk about secondary discussions. My biggest thing is what's he going to do for Larkin? What's DeBrincat do for Larkin? What's Larkin do for DeBrincat? But here, the power play for the Red Wings last year, DMac, wasn't as bad as I thought it was. They were about middle of the road in the league. But when you go to the top, here's how it reads as you go down. Edmonton, Toronto, Tampa, LA, Dallas, Colorado, the Rangers. You see, what are all those
teams?
Playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like when you make people pay, playoffs. That's it. That's all. God, Edmonton scored 32% of the time on the power play. It was, DMac, as I've told you, you know, it was always with the game starting at like 9 o'clock and stuff like that. If I was at the house working on stuff and I heard they were going on the power play, I'd stop what I was doing and watch. And it was fun. And it was a lot of fun to see. That's, for this team to make the playoffs, they do need to approach that top 10 in the power play. And they should. Right?
Yeah,
they should, right?
Yeah, and still that only makes you better. But the whole thing in the NHL...
But Larkin's going to be it'll be more Larkin than it will be DeBrincat.
But the biggest thing, right, and I'm arguing here online or in the chat with Katz, right, where he says you need 4 goals a game. No. You got to keep the puck out of your net and under 3 goals, right? And then figure it out, because then when your power play is, you know, top third of the league, right, you can count on it for a goal a game and then grind out the rest. Right, the NHL, right, you hear from Derek Lalonde's first press conference. You hear from Steve Eisman. Yeah, we're adding goals and we're moving to goals. But the dichotomy and the opposites in life is because until you can keep the puck out of the net and keep your goals against down and have a great PK and stuff like that, then you're not one of these championship teams. Right. That's what it is. It's about keeping the puck out of your net.
And again, guys, they're not ready to win the Stanley Cup yet. Even with the transaction we were all dying for and waiting for. They're not. I'm going to keep underscoring that, by the way,
But
D-Mac.
You got to be able to, and here, maybe this makes more sense. To Brandon's point, you have to be able to look at your lineup and can you get 4 goals if you need it. In the past, like the Wings teams last year and whatever like that.
Did not have that in the bag.
Did not have it. If they got behind it was like, and even though they grind it out. Now having this guy, having a power play that's lethal, you know that boom, 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 just like the Colorados and the Vegases and the Floridas and the Dallases, right, can turn the game on a dime on a power play. Yeah. You have the ability to score 4, 5, and 6 when you need it. When they, like, look at Toronto when they come in here. We got 2-goal leads in the third, and they just go bam, 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 bam. Right? Feed us lunch. You got to be able to do that. But the key to winning consistently is keeping the puck out of your net.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because no one's brought that up.
Because we're not going to talk about it till, like, September now or October, training camp. It's football season.
Machiavelli's to go says, thanks, Neal, burst my bubble rule. Sorry, guy, they're not ready to win the Stanley Cup yet. I'm sorry about that. But hey, you want to be around one of the best in the game? Right there, Planet Fitness, the best gym in the gym game today. Yes, they have the high school summer pass, which is a pretty cool thing that Planet Fitness is doing. High schoolers aged 14 to 19 can work out for free up until August 31st at Planet Fitness. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to be about it. in terms of keeping our youth active during the summer when some of the school programs go away and stuff like that. They're not just talking about it, they're being about it. And oh, by the way, it's still $1 down and $10 a month. There is still that. And oh, by the way, some of you are paying $60, $70, $80. One guy told me online that he's paying almost $100 a month for his gym membership. Why? Planet Fitness Black Card. It's all you need in your fitness life. You can go to any Planet Fitness in the world, no matter where you are. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. Obviously, you can always go to your home one also. It's just $24.99 a month. There's no games. That's it. That's all. Clean facilities, tons of equipment. You show up, you get your work in, you take a shower, whatever you got to do, and you go on about your day. It's clean. I like it. Over here in Troy, that's kind of my home base. But if we're out in Novi at Feldman, I go work out there. If we're over in Romeo, I go to the one in Shelby. It always works because there's over 2,400 Planet Fitnesses in the world, and you can go to them all with your Black Card. Go to planetfitness.com. You can join there, or just pull in the parking lot on your way home from work, and you can join there. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Questions coming in the text thread. What do you got?
We do have breaking news. An agreement has been made between the two camps.
We have fruit draft news?
We have fruit draft news.
The fruit draft coming up in the second hour of the show. 5 teams, a snake draft. The listeners on the woodwardsports.com chat thread, you will be represented. We will involve you. You will have a team. You will pick 5th and 6th in the snake draft. And just to update everybody, the order as it stands right now. Spencer, number 1 overall. Neal at 2nd. DMac picking 3rd. Sam Flannel 4th. The Big D Energy fan contingent team picking 5th and 6th. And we snake back and forth. It is official.
It is official.
Sources have confirmed we have had a trade in the fruit draft. Breaking news. I have made a trade with Spencer. I have acquired the number 1 overall pick in the fruit draft. Spencer has acquired the rights to a same round pick swap with me to be used at any time during the fruit draft and the number 2 overall pick.
Next year's draft?
No, this year's draft.
Oh,
he has a pick swap that he can invoke at any time. So if I'm getting ready to pick,
so you got the number 1 pick.
But I move from 2 to 1.
Yeah.
I give Spencer 2 and a future pick swap.
Nice.
And he can invoke it at any time. I can be going to the podium, and he can drop the hammer and say, "Not so fast, Neal. I'm using my pick swap."
Well, that makes sort of sense, right? Because, fruit and Spenny, probably not like, it's number 5 and is like, it goes bourbon, beer, mushroom candy, weed, then fruits.
All I know is I think that I'm going to be like the Boston Celtics in the Markelle Fultz draft.
So
where my guy's still going to be there too.
And you're getting compensated to do it.
I'm getting compensated.
Right. You don't think Neal's going first overall. You're pretty confident in that you're getting your pick.
I'm pretty confident I'm getting my guy at 2.
And look, it's win-win.
Yeah.
A, you're compensated. B, you pay less of a contract.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. It fits better within your salary cap.
Yeah.
I have a clear... I have begun contract negotiations with the number 1 overall pick, by the way. I have a clear number 1.
Oh, shit.
That I will be taking.
Okay.
You cannot get me off this pick, by the way.
That's fair.
You will have to mortgage the future to get me off this pick.
That's fair. I have a feeling that my guy's going to be there too, And I just so happen to have brought some of the guy I'm drafting it to in my lunch today.
Wow, he's in the green room as we speak.
He's in the green room.
That would have been fire if we had like all different fruits.
Mike G says, I'm trading 2 milk prunes for 1 milk plum. So there's that one out there. There's that one out there as well. Mike G says the trade's official. Alex Merrill says good trade.
Yeah.
In the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, what do you guys think of that trade? Just to recap.
I think it's a win-win.
I have moved from number 2 to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I have given the number 2 pick to Spencer. He has a pick swap that he can use at any time. Now, this is a snake draft.
Yes.
So theoretically, I'm picking before you in what? The second and fourth rounds.
Yes.
So you can invoke that pick swap at any time.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it adds up to Spenny's final fruit salad even better because he can go bang bang.
I can
complementary
break
together.
apart Neal's kind of
Like just like an example, not saying, but like raspberries and blueberries. If he was looking for them, he could go back to back, for the berries.
Absolutely. Oh, I do have to shout out, and I missed this yesterday. I do have to shout out, big fan of the show, Michael, youngster. His dad works out at my son's jiu-jitsu gym at the Proving Grounds in Shelby. Came up to me. We wanted to meet and talk about sports for a few minutes, so we did on Monday. Huge fan of the show. He told me Stoke not scared.
Stoke not scared, Mikey. Atta boy. Tell him. Tell him all.
Not scared.
We're good.
Stoke not scared. Stoke not scared. Stoke not scared.
Michael, appreciate you though. Said he taps into the show all the time.
Absolutely.
So there you have that. Michael shot. I told you I would get it done. I apologize. I didn't do it yesterday. So it is there. Lorena Rios, Neal, how much cap space do you have? Well, it's the initial draft, so I have the slots like everybody else has the slots. So for me, it's about identifying my target. It fits within the way I want to play, and he's an essential piece of what we're trying to do. So that's it. That's all, and we'll have it for you in the second hour. The fruit draft, the trade has become official. Sunburn Fudgy says Phil Collins' Genesis is trash, corniest music ever made. People did want to know too, Sam Flannel, your thoughts on Van Halen.
Oh, I like Van Halen, especially their first 2 albums. I'm a big David Lee Roth guy as opposed to Sammy Hagar or even Gary Sharon. So early on, Van Halen I really like, and Eddie Van Halen is one of the greatest guitar players of all time.
Ooh.
Steven Syrett says Spenny's playing the long game and building that fruit foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I think like for a small second Sam was just gonna shit on Eddie Van Halen and I would have to go punch through the glass?
No, I can't shit on Eddie Van
I
Halen.
don't know, dude. Vince Mateus, the rhythm player in my band, would drop what he's doing at Guitar Center right now and haul ass over here and hit you with the replica guitar.
I will say he's not in my top 5.
Eddie?
Yeah.
Well, it's more of taste of what you like.
Yeah.
Yes. Nick Pancone says, please incorporate the draft tune every time a pick has been made. You know we will do that.
Yeah.
I got it.
You know we will. I have a like you allotted one segment for the fruit draft. There's no chance.
No.
I might carry the second
it takes
hour.
over the whole hour.
Corey Berry says Spenny got fleeced. Now that's up to and DNCENT Neal fleeced Spencer.
But how did he get fleeced though if Spenny's so confident?
That his guy will
you're
be there.
only right if Neal goes off the board, looks
Neal,
in his lunch and sees what the fruit he's going to do and just to be Neal spite.
But you guys got to remember, different styles.
Yes.
Different teams.
I understand it's a great trade because he doesn't build his team like you build your team.
Absolutely.
I don't think.
I have a foundational piece that I have to have.
We watch you eat your foundational piece every day.
Yeah, there's a foundational piece I have to have.
I know.
You probably know.
And then I also too am confident in number 3. We didn't even turn our phones on because we know we're getting our guy.
Yeah,
We'll turn it on after the first pick.
Facts.
Alex Merrill says, so Neal could not have a pick. No, it's a pick swap. In round 2 or round 4,
yes.
he can jump in front of me and say, hey, I'm invoking my pick swap. We just swap. Pick swap's the new hot thing in the draft.
LFIV asked what my top 5 guitarists are. I just put it in the chat. I got Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Zakk Wylde, and John Mayer. And then Prince and Jeff Beck are honorable mentions.
You don't realize how top 5 our stacked guitar players are.
Yep.
You can't go wrong.
Prince is like the Bo Jackson of guitar players.
But Spenny, to the point of what I said, But you're not going to, you agree Eddie Van Halen's a phenomenal guitarist and the legend is just not your top 5. That's cool, right? That Flannel's got to go and like butcher. And why would you say that about Eddie Van Halen, bud?
I love Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen.
I love Eddie Van Halen. But Spenny, I like Hendrix and Page 1 and 2. Those are my 1 and 2 as well. I'd put Eddie Van Halen, me personally, above Zakk Wylde and John Mayer. And I also think Eric Clapton's a solid choice too.
Oh, you're wrong.
Steve O'Baby, Slash from Guns N' Roses.
He's a great one.
Dangy,
I wouldn't put him
John
top
Mayer,
5.
are you a 13-year-old girl? Come on now. Don't disrespect John Mayer.
You know whose name, and I don't know how we got on this, but damn it, I'm in now. No one brought up the name Carlos Santana.
Oh, yeah,
He
he's a
brought
great
up
one.
Johnny 5.
Yeah. All I know is
John 5, Zakk Wylde.
when you have a buddy guy looking at you like you're going
Mark-
crazy when you're playing the guitar, you're up
You're
there.
it.
And that's what John Mayer
Here's a
did.
great one. Guys, here's a great one. And Jake Wagner and Why Do I Break? Mark Knopfler, right? Dire Straits. Igor Lariano's favorite musician of all time. So you're right.
Steven Seibert wants to know, do we have highlight videos of each fruit? Do we have a highlight package?
We
that
don't have highlight package.
Next draft, we'll incorporate some production value into it.
We can definitely do
A
that.
fruit draft. And it's going to work. I can tell already it's going to work. The people are stoked for this. We've had trade movement already.
Mm-hmm.
And second hour of the show, we'll be getting into that. Look at that. It's commercial time already. I can't wait for this fruit
This is
draft.
going to be amazing.
12:10. The fruit draft's
let me
coming up at 12:10.
Hey, you know what? This is so big. This is a guard, something that Guardian Alarm, they're going to be a part of to make sure this goes off without a hitch. So let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm, the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that the Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people, yes, flesh and blood, real Homo sapien people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. Listen, we Bo Jackson slander, Ben Wallace, it doesn't matter. Guardian Alarm doesn't care. They're still going to protect Sam Flannel's flannel. How many straight days, Sam?
315.
315 straight days of flannel protection. Guardian Alarm doesn't care, personal business, what it is. They will protect what you got. But I need you to call the number today, 1-800.
Stay out of the All-Star game, Michael Lorenz. And I know you pitched well, but it should have been Cisnero, Foley, or Tyler Holden.
Cisnero? Not a chance. Stay out of Bo Jackson slander, Sam Flannel. Just stop.
I echo those sentiments. I have nothing else to add.
That's fair.
Stay out.
Absolutely, Guardian Alarm. Your local security experts tell them Big D Energy, we sent you.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Back at it, pulling up on the second hour of the show, just about 12 minutes away from our first annual fruit draft. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. A Dirty Burrito says, we're talking fruit like actual fruit? Yes, like actual fruit. We're having a draft. The Big D Energy crowd will be represented. You hold the number 5 overall pick in the snake draft, so you hold 5 and 6 overall. That's good draft capital.
I was told cherry Pop-Tarts and
Not
fruit,
eligible.
and fruit roll-ups are ineligible.
Correct. They are not eligible. It has
That's
to
a
be
supplemental draft.
fruit. Yes, it has to be actual fruit. Yes, like actual fruit.
Fruit
Neal Ruhl,
salad,
Darren
yummy,
McCarty,
yummy,
Sam Flannel,
yummy,
Spencer
yummy.
Raxter here with you. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get those. And don't forget to subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel as well, and the website, woodwardsports.com. Crazy traffic on the website, woodwardsports.com. Real quick, got texted this from a buddy of mine. Trade deadline update. As far as Major League Baseball goes, the Astros general manager Dana Brown said his number one and only priority at the trade deadline is a starting pitcher. Could I interest you in an all-star?
Eduardo!
Or Eduardo.
Or an all-star starter, or an all-star pitcher.
Oh,
whichever.
Michael Lorenzen.
No. You Rodriguez, right?
I would say so. You know why he's valuable too? Because he's cheap.
Right, and then this is something.
And you have to pay a premium for that.
I like it. I like hearing that, and so keep your ear to the grindstone as far as there might be something happening to be able to do that. And to me, right, regardless, it shows me that Scott Harris, right, is in the mix, in the action. It's just as bad as the team is or wherever it is, he's still in the conversations, and that's the rapport and the stuff that he brought with him, right? So he's still doing GM things, and I like that. Especially if you can make some moves.
And look, I've come to grips with it. I know I told you guys, and I have to confess, I know I told you guys I was going to take a free roll for the Tigers with this division thing, and that lasted about 4 days. I can't do it, not with this team. I can't. DMac, I'm not going to I'm still going to watch. You guys know I watch or listen to a portion of every single game every day. I do that. I know I said I was going to do it. I can't with this team. And again, I start going back to basic math with it. They're 11 games under 500. The division leader's 500. What's the path for the Tigers to get to 500?
I know.
Not possible.
I know.
That's the path.
Wait a sec. Last year, wasn't it somebody said, just got to play 600 baseball?
Yeah. You could more easily drive through downtown Montpelier, Vermont right now than you could to get the Tigers back to 500.
Wait, what's going on with Montpelier, Vermont?
Like historic flooding and everything.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, it's just that's where it is for me. I'm not doing it, and so I've made my peace with it. Call Houston. You have a very, very valuable trade commodity. And again, it's not because he was, quote, good at the beginning of the year. It's because he's cheap. So that holds value. The Astros don't have to spend a ton. They can sacrifice a better prospect for it. Pick up the phone and call. Make the call.
Well, and here's the thing. That you're acting with PTSD like you're still talking to Alavila. I think Scott Harris knows, to pick up the phone, or if he hears something like that, and if you haven't heard it before, right? He's dialing, right? You're acting like he's Alavila, that you got to tell him to do it, and it's irrelevant.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is. It's one of those things where it's time to move on. If you can get anything for Lorenzen, get anything for Lorenzen. You see that's what the draft told us, DMac. You see what the direction's going to be. What did he do? They're emulating the Tampa Bay Rays.
But he said that.
Bunch of high school, and I'm cool. And that I'm cool with.
Yes, absolutely.
That I'm cool with. And I'm going to be consistent with that, DMac. I said, because what did I say, DMac? You can do this one of two ways. You can wake up tomorrow with the checkbook and be good, or you can just bottom out and say, look, we're going to do this the Rays way, where we draft a ton of controllable talent and we stockpile high school guys, and hopefully they hit. But they went and got the people that have done it before. That's where I do give the organization credit. You can say what you want about Chris Ilitch. I know. I suspect.
So where did he spend? He spent it on the
He
front
wrote
office.
the one check instead of the 5 checks to the players.
Absolutely.
But whatever. I don't care.
But you need it that way, because in order you write that check first to get it all situated with the people making the right calls that have been there before. They have that experience. That's the big thing. These are the guys that were in Tampa Bay, drafting all. When we were sitting there going, oh, man, how does Tampa get all this young talent? What do they see?
Corey Berry says, El Mago, 0 errors the rest of the season. That will win you the Central. Okay.
I think the odds of that are higher than the Tigers winning the Central.
Yeah, the Tigers winning the World Series would get you better odds than El Mago not making an error again. He won't get through the week without making an error.
Right, exactly. That bet's gone first game.
Yeah, El Mago's back, I was told. Brian says Rodriguez is young. He has a lot of upside. You can get some decent prospects to rebuild. The farm says, well, Brian, you're not going to get a ton for him because he is in a walk year. But still at the same time, he is very attractive because he is in a walk year and the contract's cheap. This goes back to the Verlander trade for me, DMac. I'll reiterate.
Yeah.
The Tigers could have gone two different ways with the Verlander trade because they were going to trade him. You could eat a lot of the contract and get better prospects, or you could eat less of the contract and get lesser tier prospects. Now, they got, on paper, decent prospects, but you really could have rated a farm system. You said, hey, we'll pick up the check for the rest of this year's salary.
Right.
We want the best you have to offer. And they didn't do that. So, that's what it is. I'm on board with it. Pull the plug. Pull the plug as much as you can pull the plug on a team that's 11 games below 500. We talk about these guys, DMac, like they're the Rangers right now or somebody. They're not.
No, but I mean, they keep. I told you all along. It's like you got to tune in each night. It's a different narrative each night. There's no consistency to anything. I mean, the other day listening to the game and Alex Lang gives up a 2-run home run. You're playing Toronto. They put themselves in spots where you will pay attention, but then they go out and do some ungodly things like setting records that haven't been broken since 1913 as far as not allowing hits and runs and earned runs and losing games. It is what it is. My question, and I think it is what the chat thread asked Neal, is in doing it this way with Scott Harris, how long? How long is this going to take?
Oh, painful.
We said, is this a 5 year?
5 years, minimum.
Unless what? Unless you can speed the process up by getting rid of somebody and being able to pick a guy. You're going to have to draft a guy and they're all going to have to come together? Or
right.
Is that
that's
what we're
essentially
looking
what
at?
you're waiting on right now.
You're waiting
on this draft class.
How many, when will we know? Right? When will you know? Because it's the Green Torkelson as of last year, but you got 5 guys. It's sort of what we went through, right?
Correct.
With the Mize and the Mannings and the Scoobals.
Because you're going to lose some through attrition. That's just the math on it. Again, when you're sitting here, when you're counting on a rookie parlay, it's a losing bet. So, it is that thing. Brandon Katz, Detroit's not following Tampa Bay's model. They can't. Baez is under contract for many years. Brandon, who signed that contract? What GM brought him here?
Al knows what's up.
What GM is here now? Those are the marching orders, Brandon. They went and got Tampa's head scouting guy. They went and got him. That's what they're doing now. Look at how they just drafted. It tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
They're about the strike zone.
It's changed, right? It's changed.
It's changed.
But again, just like when Steve Yzerman came in, he's got to clear all the wreckage, whether it's and in baseball, it's not contracts. Well, it's the contracts that are on your books, right? So you got to clean this out. You're not fighting with a salary cap, right? It's more of a luxury that you've proven you're not going to go to, but they did the right thing because they put the right people in place. In your opinion, in my opinion, correct, right?
To do this.
If they're going to do this this way. Starts, and now you got to start over.
And that's the way it is. The 6-year rebuild now is 12 years when it's all said and done. That's just. But DMac, it's like I said about Steve Yzerman. It's like when you are honest with me about it and say this is the plan, then I kind of have an understanding of what's going on. I can deal with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you can tune in like you do every day and tune out to whatever you want and know, like right now they haven't even laid the cement for the basement. They're still cleaning out.
They're still getting permits. They're getting permits from the city.
Yes, exactly.
They haven't even cleared the land. It's still a forest with a under contract sign on the front. Not even sold yet. It's under contract. Pistons fan 11, Harris didn't sign Baez, and right, that was my point, Pistons fan 11, to beat Cats there. Lorena Rios, El Mago on the bench the rest of the year. It's a bad scenario. Real cream of wheat. Real cream of wheat says, someone please take El Mago from us. Real cream of wheat. Do we understand what it would take for someone to take El Mago? You would have to attach a prospect and eat. Hey, Squirt. That little sport, Sam Flannel there in the room. You'd have to attach a prospect and eat half the deal.
A prospect?
Yes.
Like 3.
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about? You'd have to like give away everything.
No,
He's here. He ain't going anywhere. He used to it. What are you guys laughing about? Sam and his cubby?
Yeah, just such a little guy. You know, hey, there he is. You grew since the last time we saw you, Sam Flannel. Your mom's favorite skater. Gotta love social media GMs that can't even build a fantasy team. No, I mean, because it's nuanced. You know what I'm saying? Because money comes into play in all of those things. But hey, when we come back, it is time. Get the drop ready.
Been waiting for
our 2023 fruit draft. We will lay it all out. We've had a pre-draft trade. We've checked all the boxes. Get ready, everybody. The fruit draft. When we return, let me tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast is called This is the S Word. Helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or someone you know is struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Neal Ruhl here for 5 Iron Golf. Play, practice, and party at 5 Iron Golf coming this July to Detroit, located inside the Cambria Hotel. Downtown's newest sports bar has 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, all full bar, most importantly, and restaurant. Mention promo code Woodward at checkout, 50% off your first visit. All you got to do, mention promo code Woodward. Visit 5irongolf.com to tee up the good times. That's 5irongolf.com. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. And the time has come. Also, too, I know we do this from time to time. We've got Wimbledon on in the background, and I'm not saying like I'm like actively watching it or anything like that. But if you want a little live bet cracker, my guy Medvedev right now, minus 140 in the live bet playing Eubanks, the American, the upstart American. He was like minus 650 when the match started. All he's got to do is get a break. All he's got to do is get a break in the 5th set, and he'll win the match. I like it minus 140 right now. Just a lunch, not a get right. We've gotten you lunch free a couple times. Just a little lunch. He's minus 140, so feel free to tap in to that. All right, it's time. The fruit draft is here. We are ready to roll. You guys know what it is. It's a 5-round snake draft. We draft the best fruit for our team. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's how it works. The #1 overall pick originally held, if you want to give him the graphic, Spencer Raxter held the #1 overall pick. We had a pre-draft trade. I acquired the #1 pick in the fruit draft. In return, I gave Spencer the #2 pick, and also Spencer acquired the rights to a same round pick swap that can be used in round 2 or round 4. So he can jump in front of me at any time of his choosing. So that's what it is. You guys are represented also. You guys will have a team. We'll kind of take a pick consensus, like flash polls on the YouTube chat. Sam Flannel will be picking his team. He'll also be there as far as we need the draft sound. If you're going to have a draft, you have to have a draft sound. So that's what it is. If you guys are ready to go, I know that I'm ready to go. Let's do this. You ready, DMac?
Oh, born.
All right.
Born ready.
With the number one, and first off, welcome. This has become the thing with drafts, too.
Yeah.
First off, welcome to the 2023 Woodward Sports Big D Energy Fruit Draft. Spencer Raxter, on behalf of the commissioner, Spencer Raxter, my name is Neal Ruhl, and we had a great fruit season, and right now in the middle of summer, the prime fruit season. I hope a lot of you are enjoying your watermelons, your berries, your cantaloupes, all of it. Dragon fruit. First off, we would like to congratulate Dragon Fruit for surviving these recession prices and staying relevant out there
for sure
in the streets. So certainly, congratulations to Dragon Fruit. All right, and with that all being said, with the number one overall pick here in our 2023 Woodward Sports Big D Energy Fruit Draft, Neal Ruhl selects strawberries.
Yes, that was a given.
Strawberries. It fits the bill. It's something where it's a staple of my diet. It's a low sugar fruit. That is how I roll.
Listen, you do the big boy read. You think Strawberry Fest like it's a joke. No, Strawberry Fest in air. In honor of here, you better take the
big boy. There it is.
Strawberry Fest. There you go.
So
right,
there it is. Spencer Raxter now on the clock.
I'm on the clock, and I'm running to the board like Brad Holmes because my pick is still there after this. So with the second pick of the 2023 Big BDE Fruit Draft, I select pineapple.
Pineapple. Now,
happy.
some instant...
Happy. My team's so happy right now because I was only worried about losing as my team's high-fiving going. Go ahead, talk about your pineapple.
Well, just the draft trade reaction.
Yeah.
You had your pick. You were confident your pick was going to be there at 2.
Yes.
Strawberry was a staple of my franchise. I had to have him. He fits our system like a glove. You had your guy that fit your system.
Yeah.
Why pineapple?
Pineapple might be a reach at 2, but he's an all-star. He's got all-star potential, superstar potential. You can put him anywhere. You bring out one of those fruit platters, I'm going right to pineapple first. You can get fresh pineapple, canned pineapple, pineapple juice. Very versatile pick. And yeah, I'm happy he's there. Some people might see it as a reach, but I got my guy.
I'm getting some criticism. Strawberries have a short season that comes from Sandy, but it's such a staple. I have to have them. And with that being said, Peaceful Tim says, I figured Spenny would have been a banana guy.
Oh, I'm a banana guy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you are. Maybe
Still
you're not. So with that said, number 3.
Speaking of that, with the third overall selection, this is my number one of my number one in life. And it's so versatile. And I knew that you wouldn't get it because it doesn't fit in. It's watermelon.
No, very, very high sugar.
Watermelon, absolutely high sugar.
Very high sugar.
Absolutely, that's what I needed. But it's also too, you got to think about it, right? The watermelon. I don't drink, but I know that you can use the watermelon and infuse it for vodka. So if Spenny wanted to come over and borrow my watermelon to do that for that, it's very eclectic. I don't care about the health concerns of it. I don't care the nutritional value. Watermelon is my jam. Number one pick, we're taking it. That's good. I'll take all the unhealthy, sugary stuff.
Cordy Boy says solid top 3 picks, but on the same token, Michael Rice says all reaches so far. So there's that out there as well.
No way.
Hey, it is. Jake Wegener says, damn it, DMac. I think the people were, and I did see a lot of people going the watermelon route. So, hey, remember, audience, listeners, you're on deck. So, and I'll give you the terms and how we're going to do this to keep this thing pushing. So, I think all on brand so far.
Yeah.
All on brand with what our franchises are, what our styles are.
Well, I mean, that's the difference between, we're not stoic, boring franchises. We all have personalities to our franchise. That's why strawberry, pineapple, watermelon may not be the norm. The apples, oranges,
but it's very DMac.
But it's very
your
DMac.
All of our franchises have identities.
Absolutely. Let's see.
Sam Flannel, the number 4 pick.
All right, with the number 4 overall pick in the Big D Energy Fruit Draft, I select oranges.
Orange, you got oranges. Oh my God, they're all committing suicide right now. Exactly. All the seed. Sam gets all the seeded oranges, but hey, there it is. Very On brand, Sam.
It
That's
is.
on brand, right?
Why did you take oranges, Sam?
Oranges, okay, so when they're in season, when they're sweet, when you get those big pack of like 8 of them and whatever that bag, I could eat all of them in one setting. It just has the perfect amount of sweetness and tartness, and that's one of the reasons I also love Blue Moon, the beer, because of the citrusiness. I love oranges. I will go through an entire day just eating oranges and nothing else and be perfectly satisfied. Maybe a little malnourished, but...
That's why I love Sunshine and Super Boof.
Yeah.
Because it's the tangy and then the orangey taste. So.
It's fair.
Rusty Shackelford says, of course he said oranges. RJ Graham says nerd. But Grandpa Joe says great pick. Yeah, there you go.
Sam back to his 3rd grade seat. You got Grandpa
All right,
Joe.
how are we doing these
Okay,
chat
so
picks?
for the people right now, here's what we will do. I have the live chat on. The first fruit that gets 3 votes right now. The first 3 consistents that I see right now. That I see right now. So here we go. The first 3. It's going to take a couple seconds to get out to the people. We got about a 20-second delay that we work on, but I'm monitoring it right now. Wow, peach. Cherry grapes, red. Man,
Peaches got 3.
Yep,
Yeah.
there it is. So
Peaches is off the board.
there it is. The pick is in at number 5. The people select peaches. Now, as we mentioned,
It looks like apples is their second.
this is a snake draft. The next one is up as well.
So they got peaches and apples?
Apples.
Apples.
No doubt.
That's,
So
I mean,
That's a solid.
that's pretty chalk.
that's chalk. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty chalk.
That's a good
pretty
one
chalk.
too.
I
That's a
mean,
good
every
one,
kid's
too.
lunch.
Well,
you get peaches and apples for slices in your lunch. I mean, you're a happy kid.
Yeah, and look, there's some peach pies in play.
There's so many different
apple
varieties.
pies in
So
play.
many different varieties of apples. It gives them the variety. Somebody likes Granny Smith. Somebody likes Delicious.
There absolutely you have that.
It's very versatile.
So the draft going well so
Draft
far.
going
The
well.
first round is in the books. Apple pie baby from Kyle Bird. Peaceful Tim says you guys are just a bunch of grapefruits. So there's that out there. Also, peach cobbler. But you guys remember,
Yeah.
you're building your franchise the way you want to build your franchise.
Flannel back on the clock.
Sam Flannel back on the clock. Oranges, the first pick of the first round for Sam Flannel. Where do you go now,
All
Flannel?
right, with the next pick in the Big D Energy Fruit Draft, I select grapes.
Grapes.
And if you want me to
good
be
pick.
specific, I love the red grapes because they're so
Me too.
sweet. You can pop them like they're candy. It's perfect. Just grab in a bowl, watch whatever you're watching on TV, and just pop them all day long. I love me some grapes.
That's a good pick.
Good pick, Sam.
Thank you.
Very, very, very solid. Absolutely. So we have come around now to DMac. DMac, you took watermelon, which was very on brand. Where are you now?
Second pick. It's got to be blueberries.
Blueberries.
Blueberries. Got to get the berries in there. Big blueberry fan. Snooka agrees.
That hurt
Came
me.
off the top rope right there. Hit Steiner.
That hurt me.
That is. I know it did.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that in your perfect world, you got your strawberries and your blueberries, but I'm going to make you reach for it. So watermelon and blueberries, 2. I got my top 2.
I'm going to enact my pick swap.
Wow, right
I'm
there.
going to
Second
enact
round
my
pick
pick
swap. How do you
swap.
feel, first of all, how do you
Okay.
feel about this?
So just for the record, because you are here right now, Spencer, and you do want to do this.
Yes.
So you are now on the clock. So Spencer Raxter has completed the pre-draft trade. He has enacted his pick swap here for round
I
number
have
2. You
enacted
are now
this
on the
pick
clock.
swap. I feel like it fell this far. I couldn't risk it falling even further, and I have to break up this power couple you could have formed with these 2 fruits. With your first pick and this fruit, they pair perfectly together. I gotta take banana here.
Oh,
Okay.
huge pick.
I like it.
I don't know if Neal was that. Were you ever in the banana category? No, I
never
don't
in the
think
banana.
you ever were.
You wasted your pick
I
swap
think,
right
I think
there.
that he overlooked.
I couldn't let you get strawberries and bananas.
But he was
it's
never.
too good.
gonna-
It was never
but he
in
was
play.
never
It's
going
too good.
bananas.
It's too
so
good
you
of a
gotta
combination.
It's too
understand
good of a combination.
See, he hasn't been friends long enough to know what's on your not eat list because of lifestyle, right?
Alex Merrill says Spenny has the best team right now, and I'll do a reset after my pick here to round out the first 2 rounds, and also we will take the break as well. And so for the record, because the pick swap was enacted, I have this pick, then Spencer, you will pick,
Yes,
and then I
back
pick.
to you.
So that is where it's at. And there are a couple different avenues I could go. And I don't know that this one, people are going to talk reach, but I walk up to this podium every single time talking about fit. Every single time. And for me, for this team, where we are right now, this is always going to be an area of need. The pick is in, and with my last pick in the second round, after the pick swap was enacted, I do buy. And it's double clutching, but I know my guys. I got a feeling my guy's going to be there. So right now, I am taking raspberries.
Okay.
Raspberries.
No,
I thought you were going blackberries.
Raspberries.
Great selection.
The pick.
Fits in, obviously. Don't mind raspberries, but I'm more of a blueberry fan, and I know that I picked that off your. I saw your scouts.
Yeah.
That I just knew that they were all.
It's a relationship business, DMac.
Raspberries, I wouldn't have taken raspberries. They got. I don't like the fuzz. It's unsettling.
Okay, then.
That's good.
Real quick, your mom's favorite skater. Oranges are the Jeff Okuda of this draft.
Yeah, I would
who
agree with
got
that.
him?
Flannel.
That's what I'm saying.
On brand. Let me tell you who's not the Jeff Okuda of haircuts.
Lady Jane's, and how would you like to win not one but two vehicles of your choice, one for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or best bud? Get to the Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Sports content, head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
We are hot and heavy in the Big D Energy fruit draft right now.
There's a lot going on in the war room.
Perfect in middle July this is going to take the rest of the show, just so everybody knows. Let's reset where we are at right now. Spencer Raxter, his team, the number one overall pick. He traded that number one overall pick to me for a pick swap, which he used. Spencer Raxter's team right now, sitting at pineapple and banana.
Very comfortable.
A lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar
there.
there.
I love me some sugar.
Number two team, my team. Strawberries, raspberries. On brand. Where I hoped I would be at this point. Number three overall, DMac. Watermelon. Changed it up a little bit with blueberries.
Yeah.
Very summery.
Yeah, but went with the color. I love blueberries. How you eat them, so they got to be healthy.
there you are.
You know what? All the sugar supplement. I'm balancing it out.
You're balancing it out.
Balance.
Yep, depth and balance. That's your thing. Sam Flannel at number 4. Oranges and grapes.
Grapes is a great pick. I did not like the oranges pick. Not gonna lie.
But the oranges is it's Sam Flannel.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, and it explains his balls
I would have taken oranges in like the 4th round.
Yeah, oranges.
You could have got oranges.
I would have let oranges play on my team, but I mean, it's more 4th, 5th round, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't be out in the orange market, but once it crossed that threshold of you got to take oranges here, then I would have. The listeners, the Big D Energy listeners so far, you guys have peaches and apples.
Very chalky.
Very, very versatile in the dessert world as well. So there is out there as well. So all the trades have matured. We are straight up the rest of the way. Some reaction. to the draft so far. Peaceful Tim says potassium is underrated, Neal.
It is. You guys cramp up. Don't come looking at my team. All right? That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Jay Wilfan, this is the worst draft ever, and that's from an angry Lions fan. Honolulu Blue Sparty, bananas are overrated.
You're overrated.
Never the right ripeness. Prone to bruising. My wife freezes the rotten ones for banana bread, and it's nasty.
What?
John effing Lord.
What?
That was an El Mago style reach, Neal.
Where?
Don't ever.
Raspberries?
Yeah.
I think raspberries are up there. They're not my cup of tea, but
Yeah. Lots of questions. Is Sam a grapefruit type of person?
We'll find out.
We'll find out in the later rounds.
yeah, the third round begins.
Wheezy D313 says that's hate. Oranges is a great pick.
Thank you, Wheezy D.
I think that people value. There's more bun and less burgers
Oranges
with
is just
orange.
like Melba toast. I mean,
Yeah.
oranges is so standard and regular. Like, dude, come on now. The minute you say, well, you can make orange juice, then you got it. Way to go, Sam.
Yeah.
Start your day off right.
Thank you.
Go Blue says if Braylon was on this, he'd be picking that crumberry.
Crumber.
Of course he would.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, everybody. Round number 3. This is a 5-round draft. Remember, the people would still have 3 more picks left, so get your aspirations together, and let's do it. Let's go back to the top of the draft. Spencer Raxter, you are on the clock.
I'm on the clock. I'm very happy with how this went down. It's this is a pick that I could have easily picked with my number 1, but I made it all the way to the 3rd round. I think it's an underrated pick.
And you can't wait anymore.
I can't wait anymore. I'm going with the hometown kid, a little local flavor. Give me cherries.
There he
Give me
is.
cherries.
And just for everybody at home, no, I didn't want cherry. I would eat them. I'm gonna ask Spencer for them, but they were never on my draft board. I didn't like the way they worked out for me.
I love fresh cherries. One of my favorite fruits of all time. I can eat a whole
outside,
bag.
spit in the seed.
There it goes. There is one left in my family that I have to accrue. I think it's not going to be a shock to anybody. There's a possibility I could get them with my next pick, but I have to lock this up because the follow-up to it, there are still a couple of options, and I'm confident one of the options will fall to me. So with that being said, with my 3rd round pick in the Big D Energy 2023 Fruit Draft, I, Neal Ruhl, select blackberries. We knew what it was going to be. There's no stun here. There's no surprise. We know how it is.
You're very berry-centric draft.
Very,
so far.
very berry.
Well, yeah, it's the sort
It's the Russian 5 of berries.
Yeah. Blackberries are arguably my goated berry. So
there it is.
I like it there.
So
There's a cup. Yeah,
there's that.
There you go.
Darren McCarty, your selection.
I'm going to take a trip. And as I think somebody said, DMac's building a fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Where did that come from, Spenny? Who's fruit salad, yummy, yummy known for? Down south or down under, Australia. I'm going to go to New Zealand, and I'm going to grab the kiwi, boys and girls. Love the kiwi. Love me some kiwi. Watermelon, blueberries, kiwi. Talk to me about my fruit salad.
Kiwi, highly skilled.
Highly skilled.
The designer. That's our Michkov of the draft.
Absolutely. DMac went off the board and went kiwi because, you know what, low key, that is just a phenomenal fruit.
Very
it's
designer.
So small. It's so small because it's so delicious.
Very designer by Darren McCarty.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Thank you.
High ceiling, as we said. If kiwi reaches its potential, you have a first round talent.
We all know over the years it's just built and built and built.
Honolulu Blues Party says Spenny got the full phallic lineup with banana and cherries. It's true.
There it is. On brand. All right, Flannel.
Woodwardsports.com chat thread. Real quickly, the pick is in. Right now, we're running a Taco Bell commercial, so that's what it is.
Pick.
Sandy says, "I have never had kiwi."
Kiwis are good, and you can eat the outside of the kiwi
Absolutely,
too.
you can eat them like an apple if you want.
Yeah.
Jeremy Anderson, I don't know how mango hasn't been picked yet. Can't believe Neal didn't take kiwi. It just fits seamlessly.
Mango's definitely top on my list.
Lots of sugar.
I don't think it'll make it back to me though.
Yeah, lots of sugar. Lots of sugar out there in kiwi. All right, the 3rd round pick for the Sam Flannel franchise.
The pick is in. I am so glad this one fell to me. This is going to be like the Kirby Joseph pick of the fruit draft. I am going with plums.
Of course you are.
Really, you guys? Okay.
I like plums.
Okay, I appreciate
plums. I like plums, but I don't know if I'd call them Kirby Joseph.
I'll tell you what, man. When they are ripe, when they
mango.
have the red inside, there is nothing better than just a good plum. Just like oranges, I could eat them like all day, every day. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Give me plums, and our very own Milk Plum would be very, very proud of me. Really? You took blackberries and raspberries. Come on, Neal Ruhl.
Raspberries was a reach for me, but don't hate on the blackberries pick.
You have the least diverse lineup in the entire draft.
That is also true. Very berry
It's
centric.
on brand.
Yeah, and I'm a playoff team no matter what.
absolutely.
You're taking Iowa fruits out here.
That's what it is.
Keep taking Iowa
what it
players
is.
and Indiana players.
Oh.
Chase it with the Rutgers pick at the end.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh,
Plums greater than kiwis.
I was so stunned I didn't even type it out. There.
All right.
So there. Now I did.
the
All right,
people are gonna go mango.
The
Aren't they?
people
they
are on
want
the
mango.
mango is running away with
That's
it.
a good pick,
All right,
yeah.
people jump in there. They're not even waiting.
That's a really good pick, chat.
We are awarding the mango. It's purely all mangoes. All right,
That's a great pick.
guys, we got the mango. All right, we got it.
Now you got another pick.
Yeah. So now your next pick is up. Here we go. Let's keep an eye on it.
Tomatoes. They went mangoes and tomatoes. Good play. Good play. I was gonna let that slide into the later round and stuff like that. Being from tomato capital of Canada, Leamington, Ontario, very diverse into
I don't
what
like
you
it.
want.
I don't like the.
I don't like the tomato
They-
pick either. That's a
They
that's a
went
luxury
overseas. That is the Darko pick
Yeah.
of the fruit draft.
Pick. I agree.
That
You gotta
is
remember, Spenny, cherry tomatoes.
that
are
is the
in there.
that is the Mario
Delicious.
Hazonia.
Yeah.
That's what that one
That's
reeks
for
of.
sure.
That's got bust potential written.
That's
all-
got bust potential for sure.
Because what do you?
There's no bust in
DMac,
there.
give me the
bust
fruit
potential.
application of tomatoes.
I can eat a tomato like an apple. I love tomatoes.
Tomatoes
When's the
have
last
seeds,
time you did that?
so it's a fruit.
Everyone tells me they can.
Yeah.
When's the last time you
I
did
can do it right now.
No, when's the last time you did it?
I couldn't tell you.
Eat a raw tomato?
Tomatoes are the yellow
Like an
submarine
apple.
of the
I ate
fruit.
one
I do.
when I worked at Coney. I ate one. Like
I
that.
do with
Yeah,
salt.
once.
Yeah. Sprinkle some seasoning salt on that, boy. Some Lowry's.
good.
Randy Howard, how is a 4th round pick a bust? Because it's a 5-round draft.
Yeah.
They all have to be key contributors.
Yeah, you got to hit on all of them for sure.
You absolutely deal.
Flannel back on the board, or are we waiting for the break?
Are we up against
We
it?
got 2 minutes, yeah.
Flannel.
Man, we got to squeeze. We still.
We each got
We
two
got-
more picks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
each,
got
we each
time.
got 2 more picks.
Yeah.
We can do Flannel's pick right before the break.
All right.
Flannel. The snake has snuck back to you with your 4th round pick.
My 4th round pick, which in turn makes this the Amon-Ra St. Brown pick of the fruit draft. I, of course, am going with pears. I cannot believe that it fell to me because you know what it is?
Every GM says that.
Pears and plums. Pears
It's-
and plums.
you know what?
Pears and plums.
It's like apples, but differently shaped, but sweeter.
Pears
Oh,
are good. I
thank
like
you.
pears.
Terry Foster doesn't.
I'm not in love with the pick, but I like pears.
Thank you. See,
like
that's
pears.
it's about value.
Yeah.
Every draft is about value. I just don't feel like Sam Flannel's getting value.
No.
It's a very
He's going pretty chalk.
yeah, it's a very bland team.
Yeah.
Where's
He doesn't have the
Where's the
spice.
balls?
Doesn't have the star power.
where's the grit?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think your team is very soft physically.
Okay.
Very soft physically. Pears bruise all the time. Plums same. I
But
don't
when
know.
plums are ripe,
I'm
though.
not in love with you. I'm not in love with your team.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
I'm not. DMac, you want to make your pick, or should we go to the
We
break?
should go to break real fast.
You want to go to break real
Yeah.
fast? Let's do that. We will. What is today? Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday.
Oh, all right. How'd you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Darren McCarty, and Braylon Edwards play golf with Average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you can do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice with your next automotive decision. Check out Randy Wise Automotive. First episode is up, right? I was
Oh,
told
yeah.
that?
Yes, it is.
On the Woodward Sports YouTube channel? Jim Harbaugh?
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Get over to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and see your first installment of the Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour. Jim Harbaugh's on there.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
We are hot and heavy in the Woodward Sports Big D Energy Fruit Draft. Yes, we are about a little more than halfway through. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Did you miss the first couple rounds of the Fruit Draft? Great reason to subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker. Leave a comment. Rate the draft in the comments on iTunes. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and do it. And then leave what kind of review?
5-star.
5-star review. There it is. We are doing it and doing it and doing it well right now. Just to recap where we are. Spencer Raxter, as his team is currently constructed, has banana and cherries. I have strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. DMac, who is next on the clock, watermelon, blueberries, and kiwi, the designer fruit, the designer pick. Sam Flannel, oranges, grapes, plums, and pears. Very on brand. The listeners, Big D Energy crew, peaches, apples, mangoes, and tomatoes. They shook it up after kind of going chalk. They really shook it up, their last two picks, I thought. Right. But DMac, you are on the clock for pick number 4 of the 5-round draft. And I understand the pick is in?
The pick is in. Became a big fan of this living in Florida and eating this on the toast in the morning. And obviously with the salsa and the dips. So I'm going to be versatile between a fruit salad. But I'm going avocado. Biologically,
great pick.
Biologically, a fruit. Avocado. 4th round pick. That's your Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam. Suck it.
That is an Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That is an Amon-Ra
I was taking it next.
Yeah. I was going to grab it if it was there.
Seriously, is that the Amon-Ra St. Brown 4th round?
Yeah. That is great.
That is a great. That is a fantastic
pick. Amon-Ra St. Brown, you call him a pear. At least I call him an avocado. So diverse.
Oh, that's way better.
J. Will Fan says DMac is the GOAT of fruit drafting. Chuck Brewer says
Where did you see my last pick?
The chat team has all the bases covered and has star power. Pistons Fan 11 says tomatoes the first in the gym and last to leave. so there's that one out there as well. Lots of heartbreak. Hey, chat people, it was not getting back to you.
No.
It was not getting to you.
Yeah.
It didn't get to me.
It would have got through all. It would have to go through all 3 of us, and we were all picking it. So
I was taking it too.
That's a great pick, D-Mac.
Thank you.
It's just so it can cover breakfast for you if you want to get designer. The guacamole
is undefeated.
Is in play.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Goose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, get your eyes off my player.
Yeah.
You did it. That one shook me.
Yeah, that got me too.
That one shook me a lot, and it's disappointing to miss out on that one for sure. So you know what? Here we are, though. We move on. I am on the clock right now, and the pick, folks, is in. With my 4th round pick in the Big D Energy Fruit Draft, I select limes.
Oh, no!
Limes.
No!
And damn it, Spenny.
Absolutely. That was always going to be between you two.
No.
To garnish the tequila. And I can't believe that you missed that, Spenny.
I was hoping
as a gin drinker, a fellow gin drinker. It's not just about breakfast, people. The fruit game's not just about breakfast or fruit you want to eat. As a drinker, and as a guy who is very much active in gin and soda, especially in the summer months.
Yeah.
We had to do it. And I had to do it because I will squeeze some lime in water.
Yeah.
I will.
Damn. That's a tough.
And I knew it wasn't coming back.
Yeah. No, not a chance. Not a chance.
Were you going to take it?
I was
were
taking
limes
limes for sure.
There it is.
Wow.
There it is. And again, that's not just a food consumption pick by me. That's Hendrix and soda. All the way.
Mike G. Limes are the Donnie Kelly baby of the draft. And all versatile.
Damn.
Spenny shook to his core.
That was a
Mike G. Limes with my Jack Daniels. Limes around.
Limes is so Spenny. What does that do for you with your last 2 picks, bro?
I do have to pivot a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you gonna mail it in?
I
gotta mail it in now.
All right, I'll just go stock. This is what I was gonna take either way here. With the last pick of the 4th round, I am gonna take Cantaloupe. I need it.
So gross.
I need it.
That's the worst.
My favorite melon. Got to put it up there.
We finally found something that we absolutely. There's one thing that you and I disagree on, and that's cantaloupe.
I'm a big cantaloupe guy.
I'm happy for you, bud.
Yeah, I took cherry limeade out of the possibility. Yeah, man. And all right, now since you took limes, with my last pick, with the first pick of the 5th round, I'm gonna take lemon.
You have to.
Yeah.
It was
You're
the
not
only
a true
move.
drinker.
It's the only move I had.
The only move, and then you'd be bitter every time. You'd be thinking of Neal's limes every time you have to put your
use
lime
it to
in.
cook salmon. You can put it.
That's
in
where I was
drinks,
gonna go with
lemonade. There's a lot of different applications. But as it sits now, my team is complete with pineapples, bananas, cherries, cantaloupe, and lemons, and I'm good with that.
There it is. Rusty Shackelford says you had a good draft. Shine me up, says Spenny. Nice draft. Lots of love for lemon out there. Real cream of wheat. I love cantaloupe. EFOG 3. Cantaloupe is nasty.
Nasty.
Cantaloupe. There's 2 camps with cantaloupe. There's the DMac camp and the Spenny camp.
Same with olives.
There is no in between. I enjoy cantaloupe. I do. Lots of sugar content, obviously, in there. It's just, it's so crushing to me that the avocado thing.
Avocado and lime, man. I just got murdered in that last round.
That's the way it goes sometimes,
and
man.
you had the first overall pick.
Yeah.
And you see, here's the thing. You know what it goes back to when we're breaking down Spenny's draft?
The swap.
Yeah, he misplayed the swap.
Yeah.
That would have been the perfect time for the swap.
Yeah, if I knew
and
Neal
then shove the lime right in Neal's face.
If I knew banana wasn't on Neal's board,
I absolutely knew.
It's all right.
My phone was on, dude. I could have called you for advice. All right, Neal, what do you got? Last pick.
All right, so most everything good is gone at this point, and there are there are a couple designers out there that you could go with. Certainly there is. There's a lot of that out there. But I'm going to tell you guys this, man. As far as it goes for me, and look, health is a concern. You know that health is a concern. It's funny, too, because people are talking about prunes.
Yeah. What are you going to go, dates?
Yeah,
lots of
healthy. Dates are healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we know what's next.
Come on.
And here's where I want to go with it, DMac. It is sugary, but there are health benefits to it. And with the antioxidant crowd, with grapes being gone and stuff like that. This plays into the alcohol game as well.
Great pick.
I'm going pomegranate.
Great pick.
I'm going pomegranate right now. Spenny knew.
Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Yeah, I'm going pomegranate.
Might have crushed this draft, guys, and you know what? I was a little bit worried when you were thinking of garnishes and stuff like that. This 5th round pick could be my number 1 overall pick, but I knew that it would slide.
Wow.
This is my favorite. Yeah, everybody thinks it's a vegetable, but it's a fruit. And what it does, the old cucumber.
Oh,
the cucumber into the pickle, into everything else. So you guys have to come over to me to get your Bloody Mary garnishes and stuff like that. The cucumber is DMac's 5th pick. And you know what? I'll even offer this because Mama Jan put in mulberries, and she knows I love mulberries. Grew up with trees. If Sam Flannel or the group chat does not pick mulberries, I am positioned to offer them a contract out of right there. They're gonna get my draft contract.
Do we each get 1 DFA?
Cucumber.
No, we'll work that in later.
UDFA? We each get a UDFA?
So, cucumber, just, oh, wow. I got the fruit salad. I got avocado cucumber. I am so happy.
You got a very
with my
versatile
draft.
team. You
So
got a
happy
very
with my
versatile
draft.
team.
Thank you.
Steve Brown
go
says,
do interviews.
holy crap, DMac, that's insane. I had no idea it was a fruit.
Yeah, seeds on the inside.
But there are seeds on the inside. Mm-hmm. So
Do your homework. A lot of things, and when you're going to draft stuff, it's good to look into it and understand what it was.
Mike G says the cucumber's a lot like Kirk Maltby, always in the bowl stirring things up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great. Great analogy.
So here we are. We have the final 2 picks. The last segment, we'll do reaction. We'll put it on the poll.
Yep.
Who do you feel drafted the best team? 2 picks left in the draft. Sam Flannel, you've been kind of quiet over there. Oranges, grapes, plums, and pears so far. How are we rounding this one out?
All right, in the 5th round, it's another one. I feel like it's a steal. You guys might disagree with me, but I don't care. I am going
You've proven
with...
that you don't care about your team so far.
You're going to draft your guys.
Prove you don't care about your Bo Jackson take earlier.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. But anywho, at my 5th pick, I am going to go with nectarines. It's like
You
peaches.
already have oranges.
It's like nectarines are like peaches without
without any character or ability.
Without any fuzz is what I was going to say. They have all the sweetness, none of the fuzz, and sometimes
personality.
I would actually like them even better. And Spenny, I know what you were referring to. Those are different. Nectarines, of course, rounds out the perfect fruit collection for yours truly.
Sam Flannel's team will forever be in the play-in discussion.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's a mid-team.
I love how you guys just
You're the
fawn.
Charlotte Hornets of the fruit draft.
I love how you just fawn over cucumbers and pomegranates, and I say nectarines in 5th round. And oh my god, it's the worst thing of all time. Come on now.
Cucumbers and pomegranates are great picks.
Cucumbers blow. I will fight anyone on
Whoa.
Come on over, Sam. Let's fight. You just say, didn't you not just say
You
you'll
did
fight
say
anybody?
you'd
Well,
fight
come over and
anybody.
fight me.
Yeah.
All right, people are on the clock. Fire away.
DMac, you would win. I know you would win.
No shit, I would win.
Of course, yeah.
Paul to the edge of your life.
That
Here
was
we
my
go.
moment of
It looks
non-self-awareness.
like olives.
There it is. Okay. forget it.
I think it's split between olives and coconut.
Olives and coconuts, yeah.
Right now, 20 seconds, guys. Olives and coconuts. You know what? You want to chat poll it during the break?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, real quick, we'll do a chat poll. Olives or coconuts? For you guys decide your own
If they
fate.
take olives, DMac will never chat with you guys.
No, I will. You guys have them. Enjoy them. They're never coming to my team. Don't call me for a trade for olives.
Doesn't fit what I'm
olives
building.
are the El Mago, right, of the fruit world.
All right.
Right? You can have you got to pay them all the contract and all that stuff. Don't ever give it to me. All right. Anyways.
I know which
what
one
you
I would
can?
take.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what's the opposite of olives? Join us in the Dispo Family Live at their Hazel Park location on Friday, July 14th for Ermanni and Edwards at the Woodward Heavyweights from 2 to 7. Come prepared as Dispo Dispensary takes your cannabis experience to new heights, located at 634 West 9 Mile Road, Hazel Park, Michigan. See you there for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Don't forget that. How many gummies is Maz going to take this time? And the Heavy's July 14th at Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
Better hurry if you're an olive fan.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Final segment of the show, post-draft reaction to the Big D Energy Woodward Sports 2023 Fruit Draft. The poll has gone final. Coconut, overwhelming choice of the people. for the listeners' last pick in the draft. So I will pencil that one in. Coconut. And with that, it has come to a conclusion. Spencer, number 1 overall pick, traded that number 1 overall pick to me for a pick swap. I chose strawberries, completed my team with strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, limes, and pomegranate after I was devastated that avocado was not there.
And I can only make 4 chat poll options, so I'm not leaving out the chat. So if you think it's the chat for this poll, just type it in.
Yeah, who has the best team? Spencer, pineapple, bananas, cherries, cantaloupe,
Wow, I would have left
and
flannel
lemons.
off there and put the chat.
DMac, lots of buzz about DMac's
Yeah,
team.
you
Watermelon,
can't
blueberries,
go wrong.
kiwi, avocado, and cucumber. Got very designer at the end. Very high ceiling, but very
A
designer.
lot of options. A lot of options, a lot of mobility, especially with my 4th round.
High
I think
skill
everybody
level.
says that my 4th round, avocado in the 4th round is a steal of the
That's-
draft.
yeah.
It's going to perform
That's a
and
great
be the
pick.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I waited too long.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sam Flannel's
I got
team.
I can honestly say I got 5 of my favorite.
There you go. That's what it's about.
Foods.
Sam Flannel. Oranges, grapes, plums, pears, nectarines.
I mean, I just
Very popular
That
your
is a
team
very
with the
boring draft.
70-year-old crowd.
Hey, you know what? I don't like fruits that aren't sweet, so I'm not a fan of avocados. I'm not a fan of cucumbers. I'm not really a fan of lemons. I know the popular ones I'm just not a fan of, but I think my team is fantastic. I think we would win the Super Bowl. No doubt about it. The fruit Super Bowl.
What do you got, dude?
No, I was just going to say that's more like, at the 55 plus residents, you're handing out the salad. I mean, it sounds very well. I like what the chat thread did.
The
It
chat
sounds
thread
more like
team.
a
Peaches,
lunch.
apples, mangoes, tomatoes, and coconut.
That's a good team.
But that is like it's got a eclectic lunch for a kid's lunch or whatever.
Like if you're fighting off the hangover, Spenny,
Yeah,
you roll out and have some of that.
for sure.
So it's out there right now. Who won the fruit draft? DMac right now out in front with 49% of the vote. Spenny with 25%. Myself with 17%. And Flannel with 9%. All I know is quick reaction to your team, Spenny. Give me your team reaction.
I love my team. We got a lot of versatility there. We got a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. We got the hometown kid in Cherries. He's going to bring it every night. I thought Pineapple might have been a little bit of a reach, but he was number 1 on my board, so I'm glad I got him where I did.
My question is there internal strife? Because really, like, you're trying to make it sound a lot glossier than the person that advised you to use your pick.
Yeah.
Than your pick swap. Like, because if I look at it now, Neal won the trade.
That's fair.
Neal won the trade. So is there any firings in your front office? No,
you
just
can't,
gonna
you
regroup
can't say
and be
that
better
though
next
because
time?
he got his number 1. Like he
Yeah,
knew.
They didn't do the due diligence.
I got my guy.
I know he got what he wanted, but he did the bananas pick.
I think
He didn't do his due
I
diligence.
didn't
He
know-
could
That's on
have
him.
times. He could have.
Yeah.
I
I didn't know bananas were on Neal's board, but I got the pieces I want where I wanted them. I'm happy with it. I got the versatility. You've got the dessert element of bananas, cherries, and pineapples. You've got the breakfast element of bananas. You can cut them up, put them into cereal, different things like that. We already talked about the versatility of lemons, so I'm happy. I'm happy where I am.
I think I benefited. I think I was Steve Eisman in this draft because I knew, right, with the respect of you ahead of me, I know sort of the intricacies
The
of
lay of the
berry,
land,
right?
yeah.
And I'm not worried about Sam behind me doing anything. He's going to do something like look at his picks. So I was sitting in the really nice position at third. Thanks
No,
for
you
putting me
were.
there, Spenny.
You threw me a curveball. I thought I was going to get out. In a perfect draft, I would have got avocado. And you said you were going to take limes.
Yeah.
So then you wouldn't take limes and lemons.
Yeah, no.
So I would have got lemons and everything would have been cool. So overall, all right, real quick, Mel Kiper needs to chime in here and give your thoughts on the team's picks. First off, we're going to go with Spencer Raxter's pick, a guy that took bananas, cherries, cantaloupe, lemons, and of course his staple pineapple. Very clear identity with Spencer Raxter and what he was trying to do. He went out there with the pineapple. He's very sweet. Spencer Raxter likes very sweet fruits. He was able to do that. He talked about the versatility. He let you know what he was trying to do with this team. He can do it. There's a breakfast element to it. He go a little bit later in the day. Lemons in place of limes. You can't get everything you want in every draft. Spencer certainly did it. As we take a look at Neal's team, clear identity with what Neal was trying to do. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, very clear on the berries. What he's done is he set himself up for long-term success. There's a very good nucleus with the draft, with what Neal was able to do there. The pomegranate thing, great adjustment. The board didn't fall the way he wanted it to. He reacted. He got his limes. He can get drunk at night and still be healthy in the morning, so everything is fine as far as it goes there. DMac, designer, high ceilings, went for talent, especially at the back end of the draft. The Kiwi's the interesting one. That's the thing that could set a franchise free. Kiwi has the potential, the ceiling to be a very, very high first-round pick in this draft. DMac did very well in the eyes of the people. We'll see. He'll need one of those late-round picks to reach his potential in order to cash it in. But again, very high ceiling. Sam Flannel's the question mark. If you look at Sam Flannel's draft, there are a lot of questions out there. There's a lot of Indianapolis Colts. There's a big Colts feel to Sam Flannel's draft. When you look at oranges, grapes, plums, pears, nectarines, Sam Flannel's draft was very popular with the 70 and up crowd. It's a very old crowd and stuff you don't have to chew a lot of, that you just get a lot of juice from. You have to question what Sam Flannel's draft strategy was. It's a very boring team. When you look at his team, you'll see why he never makes the playoffs. And fans of Sam Flannel's team right now need to start asking the questions. Is Sam Flannel the right man for the job? We don't know, because the bottom line is, with this draft right here, I don't see a path forward for Sam Flannel's team unless you're at a nursing home. The listeners' team thought they did very well in this draft. There were a lot of questions about what they might do, but there seemed to be a clear consensus with a lot of people. They went pretty chalk with the peaches and the apples. They got designer, did some mangoes and some tomatoes as well, and closed it very strongly, I think, with the coconut as well. All in all, a very good fruit draft.
Nicely done.
Very good. Beautiful.
All right, everybody.
I got Pickle Rick, so I win.
Yeah. I'm out tomorrow. Golf outing season. I get to do those too. So,
Outdoor Equipment Company
Outdoor Equipment
will be there
live.
I'll be racing tomorrow, and I'll try not to run Sam over.
There it is. Tom Mansaway loves Flannel's draft. That comes from Mike G. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.